From the Hebron TV studio, we present The Summit, produced by The Mountain.
I view that I want individuals to have a balanced life from the emotional standpoint, as well as the physical, as well as then the academic. So as we look at a wellness model, I want things to be in balance. I want young people to be eating nutritional meals. I want them to be well rested. I want them to be able to balance their academics with their social lives and their extracurricular activities.
Mental health in Howard County has been a main focus of discussion this year. It affects both students and staff alike. We wanted to discuss what mental health is and what it means to our teachers and staff.
Mental health is if you are functioning effectively, you're happy and not having any concerns, and are accomplishing the goals that you set out to accomplish. Mental illness is essentially when things aren't going well, when you're not feeling like you're functioning effectively or accomplishing the things that you hope to accomplish, and generally not feeling happy about what's going on in your life.
I think mental health is a state of well-being where a person is realizing their potential, they're able to handle the normal stressors of life, the day-to-day life stressors, and they are contributing to the community. I think mental illness, and we all have mental health, I think mental illness is when something goes wrong in the brain to have an individual that cannot have total well-being, and that they have some kind of an illness which is diagnosable and treatable. Could be depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, those.
So my definition of mental health and mental illness is I make an analogy. When we think about individuals who may be ill as far as a physical ailment, we think of broken bones, we can think of heart issues, we can think of cancer. When I think of our mental health issues, I think of issues associated with the brain. And they're just as significant regarding issues of physical ailments. So it's extremely important for me to create an environment where our students are taking care of their mind as well as their body. And so I'm advancing agendas to discuss mental illness and mental health, to be very clear that there should be no stigma associated with that. As clearly as we are comfortable talking about physical illnesses, we should be just as comfortable talking about mental illnesses, because we want our students and our staff members and all of our adults and community members to be taken care of both from a physical standpoint as well as a mental.
Mental health is a key component to the performance of the students and staff at school. However, each individual is affected differently.
I see self-esteem issues academically and then also physically with students. I see a lot of issues with students comparing themselves to others. I believe sometimes it could be peer pressure for them to be or excel physically or excel mentally as well, and that they compare themselves to other individuals, and that maybe they don't set short-term or long-term realistic goals for themselves, and they look external and outside for people to help them build their self-esteem instead of looking within themselves and seeing what gifts that they have. And then I think putting a title and label on things. Like for me personally, I don't believe in calling things areas of weakness. I believe that people have areas of improvement. We all have gifts and talents, and I think we need to use each other's gifts and talents to help each other out, not compare one another to say what we have and what we don't have.
The biggest concern I have for the general population of students and teachers is the level of stress that they encounter every day. And I think one of the things that contributes to that is everybody wants to do a lot and to achieve a lot, and sometimes by doing that you end up taking more things onto your plate than is possible to do, and it causes kind of undue stress, which can lead to physical and mental health problems.
When somebody has a mental health issue, they're not operating at their full capacity. And when that translates into a teacher, they cannot teach to the best that they need to be teaching, and students cannot learn to their best. So for example, suppose a student has depression and it's brought on by maybe some family problems, and the minute they walk in that door, they're bringing that mental illness with them. They are not at 100% capacity to learn anything about anything. Unless they're dealing with that depression in such a way where they're getting some help and are able to cope.
Howard County offers many resources for its students. They are spread throughout multiple platforms, including the school curriculum and online websites.
So our mental health, it's a unit, actually is now called social and emotional health. So recognizing that it's in all different forms. Under that, topic area, we talk about a lot of sensitive topics such as, mental health concerns, whether it's eating disorders or self-injury or body image, mental health conditions. But also under that, now we're teaching health skills. So maybe it's accessing information on those topics, or it's learning how to get help, understanding the warning signs, but more so how to help yourself, but also someone else that might be struggling with a mental health concern.
Made this a major marquee focus of my administration. I have what is called a strategic call to action, the fierce urgency of now. All of your teachers know about it, your principal knows about it. And so what we've done is lifted up the concept of mental health, social emotional well-being, and we're having conversations about that. I'm adding additional social workers to our school system, focus on our psychologists and our counselors, providing opportunities in our classrooms to have what is called our circles, where students are talking about inclusion and acceptance, and if there are challenges.
Howard County is advancing immensely this year in protecting students' mental health. However, there's much more that is yet to be done.
I do believe that having a safe haven or a place for students to come and talk is extremely important, whether it's teachers, counselors, whether it's coaches. I think everybody should have an individual that they feel comfortable with sharing information and feel like it is safe, and that they would actually take that information if need be and use it to help them with their skills, whether it's learning emotional intelligence and how to handle their emotions. I think that's one thing where kids don't know or it's not taught in school anymore, to actually manage their emotions. And
we teachers need to pay attention to our students. We need to have relationships with our students, and I think that's really important. And for our teachers, I think having smaller class sizes and getting to know our students more personally would be helpful. I think it's hard to try to help students when they put so much stress on themselves. I know that I try to make I try to help spread out my lessons and things, and if students can't turn things in on time, if they come and talk to me about it, I understand. But students have lives, they're involved in academics, they're involved in sports, outside activities. It's really stressful, and I think some other outlet or activities would be helpful to relieve stress.
Howard County Superintendent Dr. Martirano has provided the county with an outstanding message regarding his platform on mental health. He wants what is best for the students and displays that through his ultimate goal.
I want, first and foremost, I want every child to graduate from our high school, college, career, and life ready. For both our teachers and our staff and our students, to provide the best experience for them so that they can thrive. And then for our students to ensure that they are ready and able to graduate, being life ready, being aware of how to address stress, how to deal with time management, how to be mindful of their own emotional well-being as well as their academic well-being. So it's that wellness model that when young people graduate from here, from the Howard County Public School System, that the diploma matters, but also that they're responsible citizens with the knowledge to take care of themselves as well, because if not, we've done a disservice. If I have a whole graduating class full of stressed out students who are then having challenges then with life, because that can lead to a lot of other concerns with drug addiction, a variety of other challenges that they may encounter. We want to equip them with good skills that allow them to be successful in their careers, in college, and in life. So that's my goal.